Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about the solar eclipse in Libra on October 2nd. This is at 10 degrees, 3 minutes. So we are expecting divine interventions to flush out confusion, correct imbalances, and bring clarity to our decision making. Now I'm going to give a brief overview of the energies, then break things down by the Libra house in the chart. So you can use your rising sign to find that, or just pull up your birth chart, find the Libra house, and that will work for any house system. I also include tarot and oracle messages in each horoscope. As always, if this video is helpful to you, please share, like, and subscribe. So let's get into it. Now, in Libra, the sun is looking for balance and harmony and finds it harder to be self-centered. So this eclipse opens up an opportune time for understanding the other side of a story. And with the South Node, we're releasing pain around past situations and relationships, coming to terms with endings, and making way for new beginnings. There are possible reconciliations through meaningful, constructive dialogue, and the potential for some alleviation of pain caused by hurtful words or actions of the past. Now, we could also see more calling out of injustices and situations where there's been an abuse of power, especially gender-based violence or abuse. This is bringing on catharsis and an outpouring of emotions and flushing out what needs to be gone so we can welcome in harmony and renewal. We might be evening out imbalances in our social circles or just accepting that which cannot or should not be reconciled. So it's putting a focus on decisions that we've been avoiding and clearing a path so we can see the way forward. So if you've fallen out with friends or allies, then you might be moving into a healing process after this point of clarity and acceptance sets in. New information might come out involving cases of delayed justice. Now, this includes information being made public, especially with Black Moon Lilith in Libra. We might be focused on high-profile court cases with themes of power imbalances between men and women, and something where societal roles are at play. For example, what has been accepted or ignored by society because it would rupture the image of the higher class, or some illusions that we hold around high society through its exposure. Now, events that point to power struggles between public figures, including civil servants, are also coming up here that involve male-female dynamics and center appearances and reputation based on public opinion. Now, on a personal level, we're trying to reconcile struggles between duty and pleasure on the day-to-day. With health, there may be a focus on issues related to the eyes, kidneys, back, liquids in the body, and things that arise from eating too many sweet treats. And now that Halloween candy is out, we have to remember, always in moderation. But in good news, through identifying such issues, we can start our process of recovery. We start to flush out toxins. We start to allow the body to heal, etc. Now, news or insights are trying to come in through Mercury here. News may be coming in directly through partners, or advice coming from unexpected sources such as younger people. We are identifying and eliminating blockages that allows for ideas to flow, plans to come together, expressive thoughts and communications. So those blockages are going to be cleared in ways that might be shocking for some. But something has to be let go of in order to receive whatever wants to come through. There has to be some sort of surrender, adjustment, or compromise. Now, some people report events happening on the day of the eclipse or the 24 hours before or after, but the larger story plays out over time and becomes more evident over the next 6 months. Now, I removed most of the technical astro speak from my horoscopes so that it's easier to listen and understand for a general audience. But for those of you who do know a little bit, I'm looking at Mercury and Black Moon Lilith in Libra at the same time as this eclipse, the sesquiquadrate to Uranus, square to Mars, and of course Venus as the ruler of Libra is a key energy here. She's in Scorpio. And she is part of this lovely grand water trine forming with Mars, who is the ruler of Scorpio, and he's in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces. So I'm going to go over general themes for all 12 rising signs and houses and incorporating tarot that I've already pulled for each sign. And I will live pull some short oracle messages for each sign. If you don't know your rising sign, listen to your sun and moon. Just take note of each, if and how they resonate, and you'll get an idea of how much you want to rely on those horoscopes going forward. Most importantly, the exact energy of any transit is always going to refer back to the natal chart. An astrologer cannot be specific about what's happening in your life without looking at your birth chart. These are general predictions based on my interpretations, informed by traditional astrology, of where the transiting planetary energies are concentrated and the reach of their influence into houses of your chart based on your rising sign using a whole sign house system. If you want specifics, book a personal reading, not with me at this time, but with someone out there who knows what an ephemeris is. So to kick things off, I'm going to do an oracle card pull for the collective before we hop into the individual horoscopes. So just looking for a theme for the collective. Whoever finds this message, this video, what's the message that they need to receive around this eclipse? Give us something to think about. Maybe something to look out for. We'll see. Okay, so we have two cards that came out. This is the Urban Crow Oracle deck. And actually, one of the cards that fell out was the one that I pulled for myself before I started recording this. So it's really interesting. So we have Risk, which is number 41. That reduces to 5. And we have number 5, Battle. So we're looking for some changes to come. 5 is also the number of Mars, which is an important energy in this eclipse. And that grand water trine. On the bottom of the deck, we have Bond, which is number 6. So reading straight from the guidebook here. Risk. The clams on the rock presented an interesting opportunity for the daring crow. Despite the raging waves that threatened to pull the crow into the water, the bird held its position long enough to grab a piece of clam meat. You may need to assess if the reward is worth the risk, and if it is, now may be the time to take a chance on something you desire. Risk brings to your awareness an opportunity that others might forego out of fear. As a result, you may discover there is less competition, opening the door for you to succeed more easily. Number 5, Battle. Crows are incredibly territorial and will fight intruders to maintain order within their space. You may find that defensive feelings are brewing, whether from within or from an external source. If you have perhaps stepped on some toes or entered into someone's territory uninvited, be prepared to deal with the consequences. This card may also indicate that you will need to defend yourself against someone attempting to infiltrate your space. Take note of the crows sitting on the wires. They are not involved but are watching to see which bird is the victor. This may indicate that when it comes to your situation and the battle that is brewing, there may not be much in the way of outside support for either side. This could be an advantage or disadvantage depending on your position. And Bond, number 6. Aside from a few casual swingers, generally male, of course, crows and ravens mate for life. Bond represents a karmic relationship, a connection that goes beyond our everyday existence. Whether it is a relationship to a person, a career, a place, or a hobby, this soul-level connection is deep and strong. You can feel it course within your veins. Bond creates an energy that pulls you closer to where you need to be and will tug back when you get too far away. When you draw the bond card, use this as an opportunity to focus on areas of your life that feel deeply connected, because it is here that you find your strength to push forward or conjure the enthusiasm needed to reach a goal. Yeah. Definitely tracks. If you listen to your horoscope, you might find some of these themes coming up. But either way, I'm not going to say too much about this because the message I feel was delivered in the way that you needed to hear it. You can interpret what that means for you. Hopefully it's helpful. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the horoscopes for the individual rising signs. Again, also you can just look at which house is the Libra house in your chart, and I'll also have the houses labeled in the description section. I'll have them time stamped. All right, so let's get into it. Aries rising or Libra in the 7th house. So we're looking at breakthroughs in relationships, communication that deepens intimacy, new ventures with a partner. Maybe you're buying or moving into your first home together. You could be having tense discussions around finances and who is contributing what. How much you're able to bring in terms of resources may change. Gender roles may come into play here. Letting go of past pain from old relationships is supported here so you can bring in someone new. You could be getting married or remarried and working on a prenuptial agreement or some contract in relation to that union. You might be planning a vow renewal. This could also indicate a time of divorce and a family splitting apart. You may have been trying to protect and hold that together, but you are getting to keep a home or ending up with some resources from the partner. If that is the case, it ends up working out for the best for both parties, as far as I can see. You have good luck in written legal documents and negotiations. Just protect your mental health in those reliable ways that are easy to incorporate day to day or whatever you rely on. But things like meditation, breath work, going out for walks if you can are really good in this Libra season. So for your tarot, I pulled the Chariot, the Five of Pentacles, and the Lover's card. So with the Chariot, So with the Chariot, the identity of a relationship, of a couple, is changing, or your identity is shifting because of a relationship. You're showing strength and self-awareness, self-reflection, taking an action here by communicating what you want. Again, this energy is good if you have to go through some sort of legal proceedings or just for asserting yourself in a relationship. I see you're able to practice self-control and get through emotional situations with poise. You're making sense in your arguments. If you've been battling a decision in terms of relationship, there's coming, that should be coming to an end one way or another. Now with the Five of Pentacles, you may feel isolated or cut off from family or home, or just feel a sense of loss around that area. It just may feel unstable. Maybe you're in transition, looking for a new home. So it's just a period of working through things and pushing through until the resources that are on their way to you arrive. So maybe this is a temporary hardship through some changes coming in that area of home and family. Now, the Lover's card. This is representing here an unconventional decision-making process in a relationship with another, or the self in terms of your finances and values. I feel like you're making a decision that's right for you ultimately. So whatever you end up deciding in terms of relationship and finance, so there is something kind of unconventional about it. It might go against a prescribed set of values that you had adhered to up until this point. But that's what I'm seeing for you. Of course, again, this all depends on your individual birth chart. These are just some ideas that could be relevant to you in your situation. Now I am going to pull 3 short oracle messages that could help you at this time. Offer some advice or deeper insights into the situation. Let's see. So I pull 2 and then I look at the bottom of the deck for the third. Okay, so we have imbalance. There is an unequal power dynamic in a situation that needs to be brought back to balance. Unequal, unfairness, conflict. Okay. Middle of the road. Careful not to get trapped between 2 extremes. Find the middle ground. Extremes, compromise, neutral. Okay, and on the bottom we have protection. Protect your energy and guard yourself against the people and things that drain you. Security, guard, vulnerable. Okay, I think those speak for themselves. So we'll end that here. All right, Aries, take care of yourself and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, hello Taurus rising, or those that have Libra in the 6th house in your natal chart. So your focus is on health, work, routine, and managing stress. You might cut out a huge source of stress under this influence. You might be cutting out some source of gossip or conflict you have in your communication style through someone you attract into your life who's giving you some good advice. And this person is helping you to restructure your social network, especially in terms of your work life. How you communicate with people who work for you could improve, and power imbalances could be equalized. Anyway, this is an opportunity to get a job working in civil service or get a rental property that's supporting income growth and thus relieving stress around finances or resources. However, by bringing more activity into this 6th house, there's going to likely be some stress involved, but it just could be a welcome trade-off. Hope that makes sense. This could be that some dissatisfaction with your body or how you feel in it is finally being addressed by identifying something in your daily routine that needs to change. Something you've been consuming or doing too much or too little of. You could identify that and therefore address this issue. And that's opening you up to more money as a result of cutting this thing out. Or it could increase your spending if you're joining a fancy gym or a health center. But again, this is one of those things that's a trade-off. Whatever it is, it's reflective of your expanding sense of self-worth. So for your tarot, the Emperor and 7 of Swords came out together, the Ace of Pentacles, and Strength. So this is my interpretation. So you're managing stress with the Emperor and the 7 of Swords. It does look like if you're a boss, your staff might be gossiping behind your back. And like I said, you might just need to assert yourself well and cut out the toxic energy. Now, if it's coming from you, that's something that you can get control over, right? With self-awareness. You might just need to get over yourself. You know, if you're lying to yourself about anything, then you're going to become aware of that. Now, if you've been feeling ostracized from a friend group because of some gossip, and maybe there's someone that you haven't felt that you could trust, the information that you need in order to get clarity on the situation will likely come through one way or another. And you'll be able to confront the situation, expose any ulterior motives, get a confession or whatever. But again, I also see this as mind over matter, something about taking control of your thoughts and how you create your own reality. So if you need to get over yourself in order to accomplish your goals, you're finding out how to do that. And again, someone might come in and help you get there. Now with the Ace of Pentacles, you have a new opportunity here for a fresh start, maybe through a move, finding an ideal spot to settle into, overcoming challenges, particularly those related to the mind and emotions that are affecting your coin, like workplace politics. Or again, potentially your physical body here is asking to be liberated from some stress that you're putting on it. So this is something that can be fixed through a behavioral change. With the Strength card, you have control over your mind, and that helps you cut out temptations that aren't supporting you in developing or maintaining, sustaining good habits. So you can make radical changes basically if you just get a hold of whatever is bringing you under. Again, a change of scenery, a change of routine, change of workplace, all of that is supported now. All right, I'm going to pull 3 oracle messages for you. This very short messages, give some further insights or advice. So I pull 2 cards, or I let them fall out, and then I look at the one on the bottom. So the first to fall out is Gateway of Gifts. Keep doing what you're doing, and your goodwill will come back to you tenfold. Generosity, windfall, trade-off. There's that word, trade-off. Interesting. All right, let's see. A fresh start. This new chapter will require you to take a leap of faith in the process which is in front of you. New beginning, new possibilities. And on the bottom, we have communication. Be open to receiving messages. Right now, it's important to communicate clearly and honestly. Calls, text, expression, answers. So I think those speak for themselves. I also forgot to say, like, obviously, there's some very specific things in the horoscope. That's just how I interpret potential situations that could come up. It's not very specific to you, again, because I don't have your natal chart. So take everything with a grain of salt, and hopefully you find something useful and helpful. So thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, Gemini rising, or those who have Libra in your 5th house in the birth chart. This indicates something new related to children, lovers, and things that bring you pleasure. You're releasing some vices potentially, and that will positively impact your daily routine and your income. So you've been taking in a lot of information about yourself, learning more about yourself with Jupiter in your 1st house, so you can get more aligned with what brings you pleasure and identify false pleasures that you can flush out. You could welcome changes in where you're hanging out, hobbies, social events you're attending. This is a very social season, but you're able to identify what is the most beneficial to you, where to focus your energy, where to conserve your energy, and any excess can be cut out so that you're harmonizing and balancing your life, especially your health as well. This can deal with cutting out sweets or wine or any of those things that, we need to moderate. You might be attending dry social events, for example. Now, this all makes sense if there's good news coming in about a pregnancy too, because that requires cutting out of certain groups of food, certain beverages, etc. So for your tarot, I pulled the 6 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, and 3 of Pentacles and 2 of Wands came out together. So I'm interpreting this as good news about children and pregnancies. Some influence from the past coming back and bringing some nostalgia to you. Maybe you're returning to something creative that you did, something playful you enjoyed as a child, like performing in theater or art classes or modeling. With the 2 of Swords, you might have to make a difficult decision when it comes to your money, or just accept that you'll need to wait and see how things play out if you're not sure how you're going to make ends meet or how lucrative something that you're doing is going to be. You might be waiting for your finances to get right before you make a certain purchase. And, or, if you're planning children, there might be some hesitation because of the financial situation. It's causing some tension, but I feel like this will resolve pretty quickly, or at least over the next 6 months. So with the Three of Pentacles and the Two of Wands, there's some fears that need to be resolved around partnership and planning around resources or support around creative endeavors. So think about doing something in a non-traditional or unconventional way, or that's the situation that's been put upon you, like pregnancy out of wedlock, for example, just very like archaic kind of thing, but this is something that is still seen in a lot of cultures and societies as taboo. Wondering if a partner is able to help do their part. Like, does this feel like a team? That can be an issue. Are there any imbalances that can be addressed? And can, you just talk and agree on a plan and work constructively towards a shared goal? So, for example, if you're planning for a baby with a partner and you've been thinking a lot about finances and feel like you've been concerned about the amount of effort the other person or the partner is going to put in, it's a source of stress. But also there's joy in the moment and celebrations and a baby shower. So this just feels like a normal life adjustment matters that balance out over time. Now, I also like caught a glimpse of the Seven of Cups, and at that time, this came to me. I feel like it's super specific, but I feel like some people are thinking about plastic surgery. It might be like something that they've been wanting for a long time, and insecurity that's been held since they were young, and there might be some insecurities that are resurfacing because of a lot of public facing activity that's happening. So that could be relevant for some people. All right, so I'm going to pull, before I pull the oracle, let me just say again, these are just interpretations, situations that could be happening. Obviously, I don't know what's going on for you specifically because I don't have your natal chart. So just if it sounds useful, helpful, relevant, great. But if not, then you're looking for the overarching themes. All right, so let me get some oracle messages for you. I typically let 2 cards fall out, and then I look at what's on the bottom. Now, if nothing comes out, I will pull 2. But let's see. All right. Oh, goodness. All right. Independent. It's time to strike out on your own and rise to the challenge. You are more powerful than you know. Free, detached, uncommitted. Unclear path. Step by step, keep going, and it will lead you to destinations you might not have considered. Unknown, hidden blessings. Now, on the bottom of the deck, we have poor choices. Think again before making any decision at this time. Caution is needed. There's a hidden problem. Warning, reconsider, no. All right. That is your reading, Gemini. Hope this is helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, Cancer rising, or anyone who has Libra in the 4th house in their natal chart. So the 4th house eclipse of home and family, the most private area of life. This could be the start of many or one major change in the home happening over the next 6 months. You might get news that someone is leaving the home, a paternal figure perhaps, or you might be leaving home and pursuing a career elsewhere. I also wonder if some of you are meeting someone who's taking you out of your comfort zone and challenging parts of your identity. There might be a feeling of separation from home and family due to no longer wanting to be associated with something the family is a part of, like an organized religion. Either way, it looks like a sacrifice has to be made in one area to make room for opportunities in another. Now for you, I pulled the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and the 9 of Wands. 3 nines. So you are coming to the end of something. With the 9 of Pentacles, you could be getting good news and completing something that puts you into a stage where you're going to be more independent, self-sufficient, and confident. You could find your dream home somewhere and move into it and enter into a more materially comfortable time, living independently somewhere. Now, with the Nine of Cups, I see you really going for what you desire and getting out of your comfort zone. Again, challenging what the family wants for you and prioritizing your dreams. What's going to make you happy? The energy is really going heavily toward bringing more pleasure and comfort to your life. With the Nine of Wands, this I'm seeing as you keeping good news to yourself for now. Like you're resisting also the responsibility of group associations. It's like you're breaking free from the restraint of other people's expectations and paving your own way forward and protecting your future hopes and dreams, which again may be through just keeping things quiet, keeping your plans to yourself for the time being. So the only one missing is the Nine of Swords here. You have those 3 nines. So just know that you're spiritually protected. You have the support of the divine, if that's something that resonates with you. Even if it's hard to find that support in your 3D reality, it's there. So I'm going to pull 3 short oracle messages to round this out. I normally let 2 fall out and then I take what's on the bottom as well. So let's just see what comes out for you, Cancer. This is just more insight, maybe encouraging words or advice around your situation, this eclipse. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have crystal clear. It's time to see your life and its limitless potential without seeing through rose-tinted glasses. Clarity, certainty, truth. Okay, definitely can see that. With the Nine of Cups, we can get a little bit caught up in fantasy. But, yeah, this Libra energy definitely will help cut through. Yeah, we were looking for truth, right? And what's real and what's not. So with the next card, we have small steps. The small wins, the small triumphs, the everyday victories, celebrate them. They will take you there. Slow and steady, careful actions. Okay, one last move. You have come far on your journey. Keep going and you will soon see what you have accomplished. Last step, almost there, close. There you go with those 9s. All right, so hope this is helpful for you and I will see you on the next video. Okay, Leo rising, or those who have Libra in the 3rd house. This eclipse is in the very communicative 3rd house. You are starting or ending a highly social period. Obviously, the baseline is whatever is normal for you socially. But I see you gathering and disseminating information, maybe using social media a lot more, or you might be deciding to do a detox from it, looking at, what is worth your time and energy. You might get more involved with neighborhood events, feeling more motivated to check out the local scene and meet people, see some things. It just looks like a lot of communication and thought in groups and networking. Maybe giving talks and teaching, if that's something that you used to do maybe, and now you're getting your groove back around it. Also see maybe you might move somewhere and have to get to know everyone and establish yourself again. Uranus has been inviting you to break away from or revolutionize some part of your public persona or career path or industry. So you might be speaking out or putting out information in some way around that. Some people might be addressing rumors and laying something to rest that was damaging to your reputation. There could also be a breakthrough coming in a sibling relationship and getting something out in the open for discussion that allows for some pain or hurt around a sensitive topic to be released once and for all, and subsequently creating more positive, harmonious relations. Now for your tarot, I pulled the Chariot, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Wands. So with the Chariot, I feel a lot of people are definitely moving physically, and others trying to take control over their identity and potentially winning some victory around that, saving their reputation, for example. And I feel like it ties into some image that you're crafting. If there's nothing that was threatening to your reputation, yes, there's something that's beneficial in you presenting yourself in a certain way, and you're taking the reins on that. You might be changing direction and how you wish to be viewed within a group of people. Those people could be friends, siblings, etc. You could again be putting yourself out there more online. Your social media could get very active or more focused on one area of or subject matter that resonates with a certain group, and you're building a community from there. With the Two of Pentacles, see you doing some work behind the scenes. You may have these conflicting thoughts or feelings around inherited responsibilities and the labor of love, and whether it feels balanced or reciprocated within your relationships or communities you belong to, groups of friends, family dynamics, particularly again with siblings or maybe even cousins. And you might have removed yourself temporarily from an equation to test this. Like, can they survive without me? Like, like just testing the waters. So you might get some breakthroughs or some information around this during the eclipse, around the eclipse, about how that's going and what it could look like moving forward. So with the Ten of Wands, it looks like you're laying some burden, some part of your work here, or what you thought was your legacy, to rest. Again, this could be good news coming to you that frees you from some restrictions or responsibility and gives you more opportunities to pursue a future that you want, that's more aligned with, your own desires. All right, so again, I don't have your specific chart, so these are just some ideas around what could be happening for you. So I'm going to add some short oracle messages to give you some further insights or encouraging words or whatever Spirit wants you to hear at this time. So we have center stage. You're not meant to be on the sidelines. Let your wishes and dreams take center stage. Attention, fame, important. Okay. That sounds very Leo anyway. All right, let's see what else. Helpful change. You will navigate through change successfully by allowing the universe to assist you when you need it most. Assistance, ease, facilitating. And on the bottom, we have momentum. Keep the momentum going, whether big or small steps. Keep pushing for what you want. Fast, haste, charging ahead. Okay, Leo, I hope this helps you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, Virgo rising, or those who have Libra in the second house in their natal chart. So this is your money house. So potentially this is the start of a new career path that opens or attracts more money and resources, or raises your self-esteem and self-worth. You might cut things out of your diet, maybe for spiritual reasons, as well as in pursuit of a certain aesthetic that you feel will elevate your status and increase your value in some way. This might make your friends a little jealous to see you elevating your social status, or you might hope that it will. But it's going to make you more popular and well received and confident in communicating with people while you're drawing opportunities toward you professionally. So it's good for your pockets. You could also start to feel sexier and attract a long-term relationship or a business partner. Maybe a sibling becomes a business partner or introduces you to a network where you find someone you want to work with. So, two distinct things though, feeling sexier, attracting a long-term relationship, or you're attracting a business partner. which could be a sibling. Just want to make that distinction. Now, something about how you've been acquiring knowledge since 2018 has been unconventional, or maybe you've been dealing a lot with technology. Alternatively, you may have been moving around to different countries and deciding where you want to call home, or experimenting with different spiritualities or religions. Maybe you've been a non-traditional student, you returned to school part-time, and now that's coming to an end. So you're moving or transitioning into a period where the focus is now on translating that knowledge or experience to dollars or another form of value. So for you, I pulled the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Lovers. So with this Eight of Pentacles, there's definitely a more concentrated effort coming into the second house matters, earning potential. Also, again, things that feed into self-development and raise the self-esteem and the value in some way. Just be mindful of perfectionism, especially around aesthetics. Try not to get carried away here for the sake of your mental health. With the Five of Wands, there very well may be conflict with friend groups around something that you're doing. It can be, some friends are coming from a caring and concerned place and just raising some issues with you. But I mean, I do see some jealousy and competitive energy surrounding you as well. Maybe some gossiping too. Just be mindful that not everyone is going to be supportive of whatever moves you're making at this time, and just set boundaries with people. With the Lovers, you likely have to make a choice around what's worth your time and energy. Is what you've been studying or where you've been living the best for you, and the direction that you want to go in your career? Is it conducive to a relationship you want to cultivate? How can you create balance in your finances through more unconventional methods that you've been dabbling in? I want to say that unconventional lifestyle related to the ninth house. How can you bring that into your finances? How can it help you there? Okay, so again, these are just general situations. I don't have your natal chart, so I don't know what exactly is going on with you specifically. But these are ideas. Now I'm going to pull oracle messages, short oracle messages, to give some more insights, some encouraging words. Okay. So I normally let two fall out on their own, and then I take what's on the bottom. But let's see what happens. Nothing's coming out. Okay, we'll take this one. Wide open. The path before you is clear. Your desires and intentions are supported by the universe. No blocks. Open path. Yes. Okay. And hurtful events. As you endure this period, learn not to dwell on the past so it won't anchor you down. Disappointment, heartbreak. On the bottom, we have crystal clear. It's time to see your life and its limitless potential without seeing through rose-tinted glasses. Clarity, certainty, truth. Okay, I hope this is helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Libra rising, or those who have Libra in the first house of your chart. First house is self-identity, appearance, the vitality is being lit up. So practice some mindfulness and relax the body. You might be called to sacrifice some part of yourself to merge with someone else, or to pursue a certain career path. This is you doing what you know how to do. Your mind is activated. You're getting ideas and strategizing a way forward. With this happening in the first house, it's influencing every area of your life because it impacts how you navigate your life and your motivations. Your image might be tied to a partnership right now. You might be feeling like you need to maintain an appearance or support someone in their own career, in a very public role maybe. There could be a breakthrough in an intimate relationship over the coming months. There has definitely been more stress in general with Saturn in your sixth house, especially if you've been hustling hard to build a name for yourself. But there is likely a reward coming in your income. and the work you've been doing to rid yourself of any addictions or self-sabotaging behaviors is also paying off and boosting your self-esteem. Especially through spiritual methods and exploration, meditation, or studying topics like psychology, for example, at a higher or deeper level. Finding support through religion, talking to a mentor, coach, or therapist. If you've been engaging in those things, they're really showing a lot of benefits for you. So when I was shuffling the deck for you, the Empress card fell out, and I had to look all over for for her. You're finding yourself again. This is Venus's card. That's your chart ruler. So you're working on building your sense of self, your material wealth, coming into your true nature, embracing your natural beauty, creating something new intuitively, etc. Also, probably feeling really good in the body and cutting out false pleasures. So, for example, those things that trick you with the dopamine rush, like sugar and alcohol, I feel like a lot of you are able to eliminate those things right now if that's part of your goal. So I also pulled the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Three of Wands. Now with the Page, you might get this epiphany or an idea that changes everything. With Jupiter in your 9th house, this can be that you want to pursue something academically, or even just, again, deeply investigate a topic and become an expert in it. If you've been dabbling in a lot of things, maybe you found the one you want to stick with and focus your attention on. It just comes down to being truthful with yourself. Whatever you're doing to promote yourself, earn money, advance your career, make sure you're acting with integrity. The Knight of Swords, this is very direct, fearless pursuit here, career-wise. Again, make sure you're ready for it. You might decide you want to be a women's rights activist or take on a role that involves advocacy. I just see you feeling empowered in a way to charge ahead with something that will impact your reputation. And with the Three of Wands, again, here there may be someone cooperating with you in this endeavor. You might have to decide what to do around resources from a partner or an inheritance or a business loan or some real estate situation or something. Or a past decision around those matters might resurface and you have to deal with it. Now I'm going to get 3 short oracle messages for you to add some insights, maybe some advice, words of encouragement, whatever Spirit wants you to hear at this time. Let's see. And again, the horoscope is general. It's not specific to you because I don't have your natal chart. So these are just some themes to toss around in the mind. Some things are going to be relevant, but they'll play out in different ways depending on what's going on in the other areas of your chart and the natal promise. All right, let's see. All right. Rebuilding. Reevaluate your life and adjust. To thrive in your new circumstances, focus on what you can control. Reinvent, revise, fixing. Interesting. What else? Inner warrior. Channel your inner strength to subdue and subtly control the issues at hand. Trust your power. Strength, courage, confidence. On the bottom, we have walking unscathed. You are fortunate. A trap was laid out for you, but you were too smart to fall for it. Protected, undamaged, safe. Very interesting. Okay, Libra. Thank you for listening. I will see you in the next one. Scorpio, or those who have Libra in the 12th house in the natal chart. I feel like there's an end to some self-sabotage through overthought and indecision. Hidden ideas may come out through means you can't control. For example, a very specific example, if you're hiding a pregnancy, the baby's coming out at some point over the next 6 months, or people are starting to see that you're glowing and the belly's growing. So Venus in the first is pointing out these markers of feminine beauty. Venus, she's in charge of this eclipse, right? The eclipse is happening in your 12th house. So she's bringing that energy out through the first. appearance, self-identity, etc. Also, I always say that people who mind their business look young and maintain their beauty. So it's possible that the peace that you're cultivating by taking time away to just focus inwardly and do that solo activity in the 12th house is going to start showing on the outside. Now, a partnership you're keeping quiet about may come out, might come to light, like the person comes to visit you or their existence is revealed through your appearance somehow. Again, to me, the obvious example is pregnancy, but also I feel like you might be assuming some part of another culture. Maybe you've been learning a language in order to build intimacy with someone in private. You may have gone to visit a place and now you've met someone there who's very different from you, and you're both creating something together. Though there's some secrets around this. But I think something being done in private is going to start to become visible. Some pleasurable activities may lead to more permanent situations. And this can also be that you're creating some artwork that feels otherworldly. It's because you also have Neptune in this 5th house, or it shows a hidden skill that people didn't really know that you had. Some family skeletons may come out and reveal inheritance. You might be trying to figure out how to move to a new country within the next 6 months and you're not telling people anything about it for now. Lots of ways this could play out. So some people, yes, I feel like you're just taking away some time to focus on spiritual growth. Or it's taking some time away to focus on spiritual growth. You might go on a sabbatical or check yourself into a rehab facility or go to stay at an ashram or something that is an act of self-love and stops you from lying to yourself and other people in your life. Now for your tarot, I pulled the 2 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the 10 of Pentacles. With the 2 of Wands, I see you planning and strategizing while you're retreating away from the view of other people. So very clearly you're planning something, and you might get an epiphany over the eclipse or a message from someone far away that's in support of your plans. Like, hey, yes, we have a spot for you in our retreat in the jungles of Ecuador or whatever. With the Ace of Swords, there's a new chapter starting. Again, it takes some honesty. The truth shall set you free. That's all I can really say around that. The 10 of Pentacles, I definitely feel like there's some hidden resources coming through a partnership or a child potentially. Like maybe a child is unlocking some resources through the other parent, like child support. This person, though, could have a lot of land or something, a strong financial foundation, and they can offer long-term support. I do feel like if this is your situation, there's some unconventional way that this relationship probably began, but it's looking solid and legitimate moving forward. Okay, so I'm gonna pull oracle messages for you. We just had a bunch of cards fall out, so I need to put those back. Let's see, this will just be some further insights or messages from Spirit. Again, the horoscope is very general, so I don't have your natal chart, so don't take this to mean that it's going to play out for you like that specifically. There's no way for me to know that. So we have pause and reflect. Be mindful of your self-talk and solve your problems with the fullest mental clarity. Stagnation, release, stillness. That's definitely some 12th house stuff there. Take some time away, retreat, reflect. All right, let's see what else. Middle of the road. Careful not to get trapped between two extremes. Find the middle ground. Extremes, compromise, neutral. On the bottom, we have momentum. Keep the momentum going, whether big or small steps. Keep pushing for what you want. Fast, haste, charging ahead. Okay, so I will leave you here. I hope this was helpful for you, and I'll see you next time. Sagittarius risings and those who have Libra in their 11th house in the natal chart. Friendships, social networks, group associations, those are being highlighted under this eclipse. You may be sacrificing some connections to put more focus on one-to-one relationships. But I do feel like trust is a big thing on your mind lately, and deciding who you can trust has become a huge emotional burden for some of you. So you might be just like, F it, I'm refocusing my attention on something else. You might just be finding the beauty in keeping yourself company, being your own best friend, recognizing that the closest and most intimate relationship you have is the one with yourself. Intimacy is into me, I see. So also, you could be leaning more into the support that you have from your spiritual team, if that's something that resonates for you. But I definitely see you releasing a source of stress through a decision you're having to make pertaining to your friend group or a group of people that you have to associate with, like at work, for example. If your friend group is made up mostly of your coworkers, or those are just people that you have to come in contact with every day, obviously. But I feel like you might be meeting someone or have met someone recently who is very similar to you, and over the next 6 months is bringing you into another group that's more aligned with who you are now and feels like a true fit. Like these are people that you would choose for yourself to hang out with. Either way, I see you feeling more at home with yourself. You may feel like you haven't been able to or haven't wanted to settle into a consistent routine in life for years now, but you could learn about a future opportunity that is if chosen by you, would bring more stability into your routine and positively impact how you work and earn your money. So for your tarot, I pulled the Three of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Eight of Swords. So seeing the Three of Swords, I do feel like there's some confirmation here that you're seeking to cut out a source of stress or grief within your friend circles or social dynamics. Maybe people have really disappointed you and you've learned that their true intentions have been less than honorable, and that's painful. I'm sorry if that's the case. I know how that feels. I also do feel that some of you are clearing up misunderstandings by talking things out, and that can bring you closer to certain people as well, or offer reconciliation. Because it's also a matter of choosing to be unhappy or not at the end of the day. Now, the Hierophant here speaks again to group identity, and that may be part of the equation of you determining what defines intimacy in your relationships. Like maybe you've been seeking associations with people that fit into a certain box or a group that you've identified with, and that could just be becoming less important to you. Now, because with the Eight of Swords, it's also suggesting you've been feeling ostracized within that group function or dysfunction. And this could have to do, again, with people you work with. You might be feeling stuck, like you wanted to escape and avoid these people altogether, but you work with them. And again, maybe someone has come into your life that makes you feel very seen, and that's helping you to liberate yourself from these associations that you've outgrown by showing you that it's okay to embrace the true you, because they're bringing you into a different group, or you're just like, okay, this is someone who's honest with themselves and totally free, like the true nature of a Sag. And being around this person serves as a good reminder for you that you are not alone. So that might resonate with you. Again, I don't have your specific natal chart, so these are just some different themes, different situations, interpretations that I'm throwing out there. Now I'm going to get 3 oracle messages for you. Give us some more insights, maybe some encouraging words or advice from Spirit right now. Let's see what messages you need to hear around this eclipse. Let's see. Typically, I let 2 fall out and then I look at what's on the bottom. But if nothing comes out, then I'll just pull. All right, here we go. conquering. Victory will be yours. Set your intention, and watch it come back to you. Overcoming, victory, success. So it's overcoming, comma, victory, comma, success. Okay, Saggy. Small steps. The small wins, the small triumphs, the everyday victories, celebrate them. They will take you there. Slow and steady, careful actions. That has come out for a few signs today. Oh gosh, I forgot to look at the bottom. Ascension. You're shifting from one reality to a higher vibrational reality. Time to soar to new heights. Thriving, increase, take off. Now, I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, Capricorn risings, or those who have Libra in the 10th house of the natal chart. So there are some decisions around career and negotiations with related contracts, legal contracts. Public image and reputation is also highlighted at this time. You might be stepping into a role as an advisor that requires diplomacy or sacrifices to maintain your reputation. You may be considering a change of direction in terms of career, seeking out advice on what's best for you from an advisor. Just be mindful that these changes could further aggravate issues with a partner. So be aware of feelings of irritation that might come up if a long-term partner is being domineering or trying to control decisions you're making. Now, this can be a business or a romantic partner. Stand your ground, give your honest feelings, and set a limit with yourself on how far you will go in a discussion at any given time. You're invited to think about what would make you feel more aligned with your purpose. Make the decision for yourself and then stand firmly on it. There may be something unconventional about your relationship with your children or a certain hobby that you have that is made public around this time. Now, there could be a lot of stress if you feel pressured to think differently about something, or someone is challenging your viewpoints or perspective and you're remaining resistant to change, to any necessary change, I'll say. Okay, so for your tarot, I pulled the 8 of Wands, the Temperance card, and the Devil. Now with the 8 of Wands, I do feel like there's good or useful news coming around your goals. The information coming to you under this influence is going to assist you on your path and might open up more possibilities. It looks like you're on an upward trajectory career-wise. Again, someone younger may be giving you very helpful advice. Temperance, there's some balance here coming to a close relationship. So maybe there is a discussion with a partner that brings forth some healing, or maybe there's some reconciliation with someone from the past even that's coming back to assist you. But it's good news. It feels compassionate, and it clears out some blockages. So if you've been doing a lot of arguing with Mars transiting your 7th house, then you can expect things to ease up. Of course, it's coming through some compromise, right? With the Devil, this could point to a final push to let go of those vices that you've been clinging to. Lean on your spiritual team to assist you with this, if that's something that you believe in. Prayer or meditation, mindfulness techniques to temper urges here. The advice you receive could also ignite a radical change that's needed to correct any bad habits. Integrate and work through what you've been doing on a spiritual level to balance competing energies. Now, if you have a wild, rebellious child that you've been dealing with, you may have to make a decision that would alter that relationship. Now, again, these are generalizations. I don't have your natal chart, so I can't give you specifics. Now, I am going to pull some oracle messages, just short messages that can help provide further insights or guidance around this eclipse for you. So let's see what Spirit has to say. One last move. You have come far on your journey. Keep going and you will soon see what you have accomplished. Last step, almost there, close. Let's see. All right, let me just pick one because, let's see. Good gossip. Your reputation is very good at this time, or you're being talked about in a positive way. Reputation, image, well known. On the bottom, we have next level. If you leave your comfort zone, you will see accelerated growth and change. Expansion, explore, growth. Okay, so I hope this message resonates with you. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Aquarius rising are those who have Libra in the 9th house in the natal chart. So this is about expansion of the mind, broadening horizons, spiritual awakenings, life-changing travel opportunities, foreign partnerships, epiphanies around your spiritual path, education. Maybe you're selecting a new course or subject to study independently. You may be getting involved in international law, issues impacting women and social justice, contracts, especially dealing with marriage or intellectual rights for artists, religious topics. There may be an international move, possibly prompted or boosted by some shifts or ongoing issues causing instability or discomfort at home. If you've been wanting to break free, this may be your opportunity. Focus on health and well-being and releasing any insecurities and tension through fitness activities, yoga, swimming, taking walks. Enjoy the fall weather if it's fall where you are and you like to get outdoors, or whatever season. If it's temperate, get outside. You may also turn to watching sports events in order to relax and alleviate stress. You might be releasing past hurts around religious experiences, academia, partnerships, particularly with foreign partners or intercultural relationships. You might have to decide whether to release a relationship in favor of your career path. Whatever is going on here, in some way, it's influencing your social standing and reputation as well. So for your tarot, I pulled the Two of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Page of Wands. So with the Two of Wands, you might be facing a decision around a partnership again, or strategizing on how to do something in a new way that's totally original to you, very Aquarian. So an idea around that may come through around the eclipse and set you on a new path. So you're mapping out a new plan. Also, with the 9th house, we're talking about foreign travel. So you could be literally holding a map and planning a trip with someone, maybe going to visit someone abroad for the first time. Now, with the 9 of Cups, you've got the energy to work towards what you want, or you're going to start some visualization techniques maybe during the day. Maybe you incorporate some subliminals or affirmations, some hypnosis or other manifestation techniques into your daily routine. And also just remembering to do the work and not getting caught up in the fantasy of having what you want, but balancing that out with the doing. So it's like you have the goal and you can taste it. So just follow your plan step by step with that goal in mind so you can get there. Now with the Page of Wands, this could represent good news coming in, news you've been waiting for. With Uranus transiting the 4th house, you've been wanting to break free from a home environment or family situation for some time, especially if it's coming near your eyes. See, now look for some blockages to clear out in a potential movement, maybe around the time that Uranus goes direct at the end of January. Now, again, this is all going to depend on your own natal chart, but these are some general things you can look for. Now I'm going to pull 3 oracle messages. Short oracle messages give you some more insight around the situation. Whatever messages Spirit wants you to hear at this time will come through. Let's see. Inner warrior. Channel your inner strength to subdue and subtly control the issues at hand. Trust your power, strength, courage, and confidence. Good gossip. Your reputation is very good at this time, or you're being talked about in a positive way. Reputation, image, well known. And repetition. Sometimes, in order to move forward, you must repeat situations in order to learn important steps. Patterns, routine, habits. Here we go with that sixth house, where Mars is. So on the bottom, because these three came out, I only took 3 for the others, but these 3 turned around, and then I always look at the bottom. So here you go with 4. You're welcome. Survival. Time to reset your mindset to thrive and let go of old coping mechanisms that are keeping you at status quo. Fears, pressure, coping, stress. Okay, Aquarius, I hope this was helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Pisces rising are those who have Libra in your 8th house in the natal chart. This is about clearing out karmic debts. You may be releasing some dependency on the partner's finances or a belief that you need them as a means of supporting yourself, and shift the focus to your own income generating potential. Healing that part of you that craves intimacy at all costs and is so willing to sacrifice your wants and needs or lose yourself to the relationship. That's also something that's coming up now. Issues around intimacy can be discussed and start to be resolved. Uranus in the 3rd house has supported a radical shift in your ideas and communication over the years, and even your location. Maybe debt is getting paid off, which allows you to now move because your credit score goes up over the next 6 months. This could have to do with having more will as well to save money by sacrificing some source of fun or entertainment, with Mars in your 5th house of pleasure. Venus is attracting more esoteric knowledge and information in your 9th house of spirituality, so your self-discipline with cutting out vices is possibly supported through deep spiritual exploration. You might be investigating different cultural beliefs or practices or mystical topics, for example. You could also have revelations around intimacy in your spiritual and emotional relationships and what you want and need to feel like you're truly aligned with someone. Like, what does that even mean? What would it look like to be able to open up and trust someone fully? Lovers, particularly those that have an element of mystery because they come from another culture or speak another language, might be a source of tension lately. So this energy could help you get concerns out into the open and have constructive dialogue. Now again, Uranus is subtly reminding you of the ways you need to liberate from your own limited ways of thinking in order to open up trust in your relationship. So you might be trying to break free from some binding relationships, maybe with siblings, or again, a change of scenery, like moving to a new neighborhood or a city or state or country over the next 6 months. Now, for your tarot, I pulled the Ace of Cups, Strength, and the 7 of Cups. Now, with the Ace of Cups, I feel like Mercury is bringing you something to fill your cup. This is an emotional offering, like a new or renewed relationship, or the knowledge that you need in order to prioritize yourself, like self-love, knowing you have to love yourself before you can move on with loving anyone else. Now, there could be a reward coming from something you've been doing as an act of self-love, such as funds you forgot you had saved in an interest-bearing account that you recover, and now you can pay off some debts. That's a bit of a stretch, but hey, it's possible. Also, a past relationship could re-enter your life and bless this 8th house if this person has resources to share. Now, some of you are deepening a relationship with new forms of intimacy. So I feel like conversations around this eclipse are quite productive for you. Now, if you've been dating someone casually, you might decide to get serious now. Maybe you're being offered some real estate, or you have an inheritance coming through a deceased male or a paternal family member as well. So with the Strength card, there's something about resisting temptation, especially with Mars in your 5th house. It's like, do I want to continue to have fun and play the field, or do I want to give this game up to experience true intimacy with someone? You might have a serious partner, but you're getting tempting offers from outside of the relationship, and you need to eliminate those. You and or someone you're dating may be asking, or maybe being asked, to set aside your egos. Offer more compassion to one another, be kinder, work through the issues tied to the heart chakra. So again, talking things out diplomatically, compassionately, looking deep beyond the superficial and figuring out what the other feels, needs, and wants, and how you can build deeper intimacy by acknowledging those things in each other. For others, it might be really about gaining control over the carnal desires, if that's what's preventing you from having intimacy with other people and with yourself. So with the 7 of Cups, with this card, I'm just picking up that some people have an addiction to pornography, especially with the other themes at play here. And that you've been trying to cut out something that you're watching that's working to your detriment. Some people might be working through self-esteem issues, comparing yourself to people on social media, and that's deeply impacted the way that you view yourself and thus your self-esteem and your self-love, and it's keeping you, again, from enjoying intimacy in your life right now. This could also be you having unrealistic expectations of a partner in terms of appearances. If you're looking for your fantasy or your dream guy or girl, and you're being asked right now to ground yourself, ground those expectations, bring in more maturity and balance into your decision making. Now, if you've been dealing with an inheritance that needs to be divided up amongst siblings, there is some confusion around that you have to navigate. Now, again, this is not specific because I don't have your natal chart, but these are just some ideas and interpretations that will resonate with some people. Now, I am going to pull some oracle messages. These are short oracle messages that will serve as further insights, advice, anything that Spirit wants you to hear right now around this eclipse. So let's see. I hope this sound isn't irritating. I typically let 2 fall out and then I look at what's on the bottom, but if nothing comes out, I'll just pull. Interesting. What you got going on, Pisces? That you don't want me to know. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's see. I'll pull 2 from the top. Celebration. This is a great time in your life. Things are progressing with grace and ease as never before. Triumph, parties, fun times. Small steps. I swear this has come out for almost everyone. The small wins, the small triumphs, the everyday victories, celebrate them. They will take you there. Slow and steady, careful actions. On the bottom, we have explore options. Explore new opportunities and look into other options that you may not have noticed before. Choices, opportunities, refocus. Okay, Pisces, I hope this is helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next one.